Namaskar. Welcome to Kalakar's second session of the Godsends, a project that's very close to my heart. I always think that there are people out there who are truly godsends to thousands of other people. Last week, last time we met with Ronak Pal, very talented boy from Johannesburg, South Africa. And today I am going to introduce you to a cello maestro, Sri Anup Kumar Biswas. I first met Anup during my stay at Johannesburg, South Africa, about 25 years back. And we all were so moved when we heard about his journey through life. And every time I think of Anup, it brings tears to my eyes to think that how could a person can devote his entire life to support hundreds of orphan children and to raise them to such a standard that they can not only be someone in the society, but they could also do so much more for other people. Aren't they truly godsends? People like Anup. I feel very encouraged. I feel honored to meet and to even know people like Anup. So today is a very auspicious day for us, Ganesh Chaturthi. Ganesh, who is the Lord who takes away all the obstacles from life. And the time we are passing through at the moment, I thought we couldn't find a better day than today to introduce Anup, to bring Anup, to invite him with his whole musical family to Kalakar's project, The Godsends. Let us meet cello maestro Sri Anup Kumar Biswas. Anup,
Namaskar.
Namaskar. Lovely to see you after quite some time. But I hope you are well, and I'm so glad and honored to have you with us in Kalakar today. Thank you so much.
I am very grateful to you for organizing this wonderful event, Chandra. It's been such a joy to perform with you as well in the past. And I'm really honored that you have chosen me for this program. And obviously, I would love to share this with your friends and my friends around the world who are watching this program. I say hello to everybody, and thank you for joining us in this program. It's going to be fun. I am going to also perform this with this concert with my friends, Yashiko Endo, wonderful Yashiko.
Hello, Yashiko.
Yashika Endo, and of course my children will also take part. I have got a wonderful selection of music, and as we go through the program today, I would like to share that with you.
Really looking forward to a wonderful session today, Anup. I knew it was going to be lovely. Now, Anup, we have our friend Hindol Mojumdar who is saying namaskar to Anup. Hindol from Kolkata.
Namaskar, Mr. Majumdar.
Acha, Anup, tell us, where are you at the moment? I can see it's a lovely environment there.
Well,
are you in a church somewhere?
You're absolutely right. My friend, the vicar, Father William Taylor, who's kindly allowed me to do this broadcast from
What
this.
a lovely place.
It's a church where I come to worship myself. Also, I do many fundraising concerts because it can hold 200 people.
Okay.
I've done many fundraising concerts at this church in St. John's, Notting Hill in London. And Father William, who is a great supporter, he says, what a great idea to do this during this pandemic, um, to when the church is now open, so we can come and worship. And now this is the first time we are doing a live broadcast from this wonderful church in Notting Hill, London.
Lovely. Such a beautiful environment and such a lovely place to do some music there, to
It is.
worship to the Almighty, so that we can all be in peace and we can come out of the trouble sometime very soon.
Yes. Well, I was so moved and also a little bit scared because the last time I performed was in just before the lockdown in
Right?
March with Yoshiko, a full recital in Surrey. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
After coming from India, and we did a lot of wonderful things. We had about 20 young British children at
Wow.
my school in Calcutta, and thinking I'm going to be doing many, many concerts which were booked for May, June, July, August. I'm supposed to be in America now, but obviously all that gone out of the window,
Mhm.
sadly. And our last concert was in March, just before the lockdown. And, um, and this is the first time I'm actually performing. So I'm very nervous
Wow.
actually to play in an almost empty church. But I know many friends are out there from America and South Africa, everywhere, India, and obviously from here, going to watch this. So, yeah, great.
Everybody is watching you and appreciating you, and I know how eagerly they are waiting to hear about your musical journey, Anupda. I have my parents joining here from Kolkata. They are
Wow.
saying we are from Kolkata to meet Anup Babu online. We have Shahnaz Begum Bithi. Hindoli saying Anupda knows my friends Indrajit Banerjee, Sitar, and Gauri Shankar Karmakar.
Oh
He
my
does
God.
not know me directly, but I know him from them. So see how popular you are, Anupda.
Hey, thank you. Well, I love, I've been in this journey, musical journey, for many years since I was a little boy. And I've met such wonderful, wonderful people, great musicians, dancers, etc., throughout my journey as a musician. It's been great fun.
But Anupda, what lot of people may not know, which I have experienced myself because I have been known you maybe for last 25 years and we have worked together in many occasions, that you are not only a good musician, but you are a very good human being as well.
Well,
And
thank you.
maybe that is why, whatever you are doing with Matthewson's Music Trust, how many people would think that, let me open an orphanage and support hundreds of children, teach them music, and, support them, help them to become someone. So, not many people would think that way, Anupda. So, you are a true godsend to a lot of people. And I would always pray for you. I would always support whatever you do musically through your Matthewson School.
Thank
So
you.
thank you, Anupda.
Well,
And yeah,
sorry,
but
I just wanted to thank you for introducing the school. Um, when I was a little boy, when my sort of father died and then eventually my mother died, I was taken to this orphanage in Calcutta, in Behala, Chaurasta, Oxford Mission. And that's where I played the cello. Father Matheson actually found me out of many hundreds of boys. He said, that's the one who's going to play the cello. And he's going to play the cello like yesterday, like he wanted me to learn the cello very fast because most of our boys from that school when they're finished, they went to Bollywood film industry. So there was shortage of cellists actually for the chapel, and I was chosen. So I'm so grateful to Father Madsen,
of
uh,
course.
actually holding my hand and teaching me, and later on encouraged me to come to England to study. It has been a wonderful journey.
Hmm. Onubda, I'm sure I can see the comments from our audience that they are eagerly waiting for your mesmerizing music.
Oh my
So
God.
if we could please have a little bit of music and then let's get back to our chat.
Okay, I'll just introduce the next piece. Now,
Sure.
as like most musicians, we were suddenly not allowed to perform. And what happened was my friend, whom I work quite a lot in America, where we have a sister charity, Friends of the Matheson School,
Mm-hmm.
USA, Jerry Noble, who is a fabulous pianist as well as a composer and a great jazz musician. He says, Anup, you must play these pieces I'm writing. So um, practically every month, he wrote a music for me
Hmm.
called Songs of Hope.
Okay.
So he's written six for cello and piano. So we're going to play the first one, which came out of this pandemic, and
Sure.
Songs of Hope number one for cello and piano.
Thank you. Wow.
Thank you.
Mesmerizing music that was Onubda, as always, as
That was by
always. Um,
Clifton Jerry Noble. A wonderful piece.
hmm, Lovely. Onubda, we have our dedicated audience joined here. Dodul AR from Bangladesh, welcoming you all. Kamal Virji, you may have heard about Kamal Virji. You may know him even. Kamal Vir Singh ji, who is a famous violinist here. Shahnaz Begum Bithi, Pranab Akhanda, everybody is mesmerized to listen to your music.
Thank you.
Onukta, please tell us about Methuson Music Trust. How did you start the school, because it's a big thing. It's to start something where you could have hundreds of children staying there and to grow up there. So it's a big responsibility. So please tell us about that journey, how it all started, and how did you get the support and the encouragement? Please tell us it. Tell about it.
Um, Actually, Father Matheson, who became like my own father, because I lost my father when I was a very young man, young boy, and towards the end of Father Matheson's life, I brought him to UK because he had cancer, and I said to him, I will continue the work he has been doing. Now, Father Theodore Matheson, for the audience who don't know very much about him, he came from a very affluent, literally very wealthy background in the UK. Went to the top schools, went to Cambridge, etc. He was a very learned man as well as a fantastic cellist. He gave all that up at the age of 25 and went to Calcutta to serve the poor and also help any talented young people. But the people who went to the school under him went because of their needs. And obviously, I've told before, my father died, so the breadwinner actually died in our family. So I was taken to this school in Calcutta, and greatly influenced by Father Theodore Matheson, because I was wondering as I was growing up, how this man can live all the luxuries of the West and live among the poor like a hermit. This is sort of a male version of Mother Teresa. And so Father Theodore Matheson is a very kind gentleman, very witty, very funny, as well as a very strict teacher. And I was very pleased to be under his guidance. So when he was dying, I promised that I will start the school. Now you'll be very, very surprised what happened next. I'm just like any other musician, making a living from concerts. And as you know, we are not very wealthy people. Well, most of us are not that wealthy. So I took a challenge to start a school. As soon as Father Matheson died, there was people, his family told not to give flowers, to give money that Anup Biswas will start a school from that money, which will be raised from the funeral. So there was 1,620 pounds was raised and 30p. And I took that to Calcutta and we started a school in 1994. And I started with 20 boys and 1 girl. And it was really, really fun. I was young myself. So we did lots of lovely things. 94, we started the school. And then in 1996, I invited 40 English boys and girls to Calcutta to be with our children and also rest of the Oxford Mission children so that we can make music. So we did about 10 concerts in Kalamandir, in Ramindra Sadan, Victoria Memorial Hall, and the Allen Park, St. Paul's Cathedral in Calcutta. These are wonderful venues in Calcutta, by the way. We had a most wonderful ball. We had total about 90 boys and girls, including staff and children, making a 90-piece orchestra, symphony orchestra. So that was in 1996. And that was absolutely wonderful music making, like a music camp. We all ate together, made music together, we learned from each other. I actually twisted my friends from the UK to go, who are professionals, with this group so that they can help the youngsters, both from UK and from India. And so that was a wonderful gathering in 1996. And then I brought, and this is even more maddening, I brought 40 children from Calcutta to UK for a 3-month tour in 1996. Reciprocal, like and I didn't know how the whole thing was going to turn out. Everywhere we went, people were so kind. We did in 90 days 115 concerts in the UK. And we had all these 40 children accommodated in my friend's home, etc. etc. Nothing planned. I think good Lord just blessed us. And everybody took them in. And it was such fun for our children coming from really very poor background, suddenly to be with people who are in luxurious homes and very kind
Yeah.
people, etc. It was great, great fun.
Hmm. But I'm sure, Anup, the way you are saying it, that it was all great fun. It sounds like things have been running very smoothly. Where I know that it's not always that rosy, isn't it? Because obviously, you are starting something. It's a big journey. And
Well,
in India, you have to find a place, you have to build a house to keep all those children. And because you are in London, so you need to obviously have people whom you can trust to look after all those children. So, how easy was that?
well, by the way, I obviously like to forget the difficult times. We had our share of difficulties. As you know, when you are trying, normally this job, charitable work, people in India see as is done by basically white people or who come from abroad and help the poor and the needy. But people were a little bit suspicious. I don't know me that I'm doing as a musician, coming and doing this, and there was a lot of trouble because I after the '96 tour, I bought 9 bighas of land with the proceeds of the tour. And land was quite cheap. I managed to buy the cheapest place, and in Calcutta, near Calcutta. And that's the time I felt we have our own place, the disused paddy field, where we started our like ashram like school um, in Calcutta, and and the local there was some problem with the local politicians, etc. And later on, I had little difficulties where, for the safety of the school, that was in 2000, where I had to close the school for a while, for about
Mhm.
8 months. And basically that was very sad that when you're trying to do something good, some people are trying to stop you and
Absolutely.
cause havoc and all kinds of how people who live in India, they know what I'm talking about. But I was not equipped to deal with that because I was brought up in a very sheltered, wonderful environment at the Oxford Mission under Father Matheson, where
Mm.
lovely things happened. Then I came to England, but I didn't know that part, how to deal with it. But the good Lord really helped me. And when this happened, I was eventually taken to a wonderful politician whom I had to go and see. I said, "Look, I'm trying to do this work. I could be having a wonderful time in Europe and going around performing and having a holiday, etc. I choose to come to England, India, because I love India. I especially love Bengal, and I want to do something. And if they're going to give me such help, I will pack up and go home."
Mm.
And, and this minister, Mohammed Salim, said, "Mr. Biswas, I won't be able to help you if you go back to England. But if you continue the school, if you want to continue the school, I'll help you." And I must say, he is one gentleman who has been a great friend still now. He came and really calmed all this local politicians, etc., because he was the minister for minorities as well. And he said he knew Father Matheson, and what I'm doing is a great work, and nobody should try to stop this. And that was one of the low point of the charity. But never mind, I've learned from that, and I now can deal with any hurdles we get on the way. And hurdles will be there all the time, I know. And I think we have to just overcome it. I pray to the Almighty to help me. And I have such wonderful friends around the world and in India that they will support this and try to see the result, what we are trying to do at the school. It's a very happy place. I'm not saying one day if you are around, please come and see the school. You'll be very welcome. You'll get a concert by the children. You'll be fed as well from our kitchen. It's a really, really wonderful place.
Lovely. This is exactly what I was trying to say when we started this program, that, there are people out there and their aim is no matter what, if we have started a journey, we will have to continue. And you learn from it. And then you carry on. So, and that is why, Anubda, whenever I speak to you, I feel so encouraged. I feel that because at times, obviously, within the day-to-day life, we do feel a bit more, at times you feel depressed, especially nowadays, what's been happening for last few months, that you feel, oh, what is going to happen, especially with us musicians? Will we ever get a chance to perform again in front of the audience? How is it going to be all done? How are you going to come out of this situation? But every moment when I talk to you or I think of you, I think, no, we will come out of this. We
Well,
will we'll be okay. We'll have
I,
the help and support that we need.
yes, absolutely. You're absolutely right. And I would like to, I am with my fellow musicians around the world, famous and all the young ones who are coming up, that I would say just be patient a little bit longer till this thing comes down. And we'll just have to do double concerts, double workshops, double
Absolutely.
everything. And let this be a wonderful lesson that that suddenly you are not allowed to do something which is
Mm.
us perform.
Yeah,
And so I think in the future we will, as musicians, will become brothers and sisters and give joy to people through
mm.
our music and console somebody, or whatever, a time of difficulty and joy, happiness, etc. I think it's our job to make people happy or touch them in some way.
Absolutely, Anupta. You have touched so many thousands of people's heart. I know that from my own experience. To our viewers, as you can see, we are trying to support Anupta. We are trying to support his great journey, and I think it's our responsibility, from Kalakar Arts point of view, that if we don't support each other, how are you going to overcome the obstacles? So please, if you would like to support, there is a donation link here, which would go to Matheson Music Trust for all those little children who are, with Anubda's help, trying to do something in life. They are everybody. I know each of them are learning one instrument, or they are learning to sing or dance, which is also a great thing, because then in a few years to come, just imagine how many more good musicians we will have. So
Absolutely.
what better way than, so if we don't support Anubda today, I think, I'm sure you would all love to. And বিথি, শাহনাজ বেগম বিথি, আপনি যা বলছেন কথাগুলো ঠিক। আপনি বলছেন এই কথাগুলোই বাংলায় শুনলে সবাই কাঁদবে। আমি কিন্তু যতবারই অনুপদার সঙ্গে কথা বলি, এমনিতেই আমার চোখে জল এসে যায় এই কথাগুলো শুনলে। তো আর বাংলায় আমরা করতে পারি না, তার কারণ হলো আমাদের অনেক অডিয়েন্স আছেন যারা পৃথিবীর বিভিন্ন প্রান্ত থেকে আছেন, এবং সবাই যে বাংলা বলেন তা নয়, বাংলা বোঝেন তাও নয়। সেই জন্যই আমাদের কনভারসেশনটা ইংলিশে করতে হয়। Onukda, Dr. Imtiaz Ahmed, who is the project director of Kalakar Arts, is saying, what soul-touching composition that you just performed. Balu Raghuramanji, hello Baluji, nice to see you here. Baluji is saying, nice to see Onukji brought into this program. Kudos to the work he does. Pranams to all.
Thank
Kamalvirji is saying, very interesting story. Anupji have done a great work for musicians. Dodul is saying sincere dedication to musicians. I can say it's a revolutionary work for music. Thanks a lot, Onukda. God bless you. So we all are with you, Onukda, and I'm sure everybody, whoever is watching the program now or will watch it later on, would be there to support you.
thank you.
Onukda, let's hear some bit more music. I'm
Little bit
eagerly
more.
waiting.
Acha. Um, okay. My daughter say I have to play.
Okay.
Now, a very, very wonderful piece. It's a little bit of showpiece for the cello, but it's also very beautiful. It's composed by an Italian composer, Giuseppe Valentini. He lived in 1680, and I think this is one major sonata he's written. And I'm going to play two short movements. They're interlinked. It's a slow beginning, and then it goes very fast.
Wow, another wonderful composition, Anupda. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. আমি একটু পড়ি অনুপদা, just because this is written in Bengali, so I would have to read
Yeah.
this in Bengali. বিথি লিখছেন, বলতে ইচ্ছে করছে বিশ্ব সাথে যোগে যেথায় বিহারো, সেইখানে যোগ তোমার সাথে আমার। সঙ্গীত বিশ্বজনীন তার আবেদনও তাই, যেভাবেই তা মর্মভেদ করুক না কেন।
Wow.
কথাটা খুব সত্যি
Wonderful.
বিথি। I agree 100% with you, and thank you so much for such a lovely comment. Onubda, I know you have two very talented children. But before that, I would like to say to our viewers that, you have always, I'm sure you all know that behind a successful man, there is always someone, right? So behind Onubda, you may not know that there is somebody whom I consider as my big sister, Agnes Biswas, Agnes Bodhi. Agnes used to be the headmistress of Onubda's school, and she has supported Onubda so much. And obviously, without her support, Onubda, I know you have friends all over the world, but let's be honest, without Bodhi's support, you couldn't have done so much, isn't it? Bodhi,
100%.
thank you.
100% true, Ms. Chandra. Wonderful for saying that. Can you imagine in a household, um, usually in the West, both husband and wife earn some living for their family. Um, but my wife, Agnes, been very generous. She lets me do all these concerts. She looks after the household,
Mm.
and I fundraise and gallivant around the world fundraising for the school. So, and she really allows me to do that, and I'm very grateful to you. Thank you.
We all are very grateful to Agnes Bodhi. Thank you, Bodhi, because I know you are behind the camera today. So another support. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Chandra. Thank you. It's great to be here. Thank you.
Thank you. Onita, we would love to hear some music from Satyajit and Gitanjali.
Okay, Gitanjali is my eldest daughter, and then Satyajit is the youngest boy. Um, they're about 1 year, 13 months apart. So this is wonderful. So they're going to play with the first Vivaldi, yeah. Vivaldi, I think most people know, a great composer. Vivaldi was also a wonderful musician in Italy. He actually was in charge of an orphanage, and he composed music for all the children, every single children in Italy. They learned musical instruments, like a bit like the Matheson School. All the children at the Matheson, they learn at least 2 or 3 instruments, including singing and dancing. So I thought I'll make my children also learn the music. In fact, I don't have to had to make them. They all wanted to learn the cello, but both of them want to learn the cello. So there you are. But now they can also compose their own songs. They play guitar, piano, etc.
Nothing.
So we'll give you a very short sort of snippets of this Vivaldi sonata in its entirety. So it's slow music, fast music, slow music, fast music. Largo, allegro, largo, allegro. Vivaldi sonata in E minor.
Wow. Bah. Onukda, I have got so many comments here to congratulate you as a whole family. I just read them to you. I'm sure you would love to hear them. Kamal Viji is saying, sounds so good. Siddhartha bolche, such a lovely sight, family recital. Rumi Hawk is saying, wow, very mesmerizing indeed. Moments and memories বাংলায় বলছেন সুন্দর করে সঙ্গীতে নেই কোনো ভৌগোলিক সীমা জাতের নামে বজ্জাতি ধর্ম নিয়ে ভেদাভেদ ভাষার দূরত্ব আছে শুধু সুরের মাদকতা আর হৃদয়ের সংযোগ क्या बात thank you Kamalveer ji is saying again blessed family Dodul is writing oh what a family management it's another sacrifice of music Rumi bolche this is a whole family bursting with talent my goodness what pleasure to witness this there is someone, Jyoti Shankar Roy. I'm sure he's from Calcutta. He's saying, very nice to see Mr. Anup Biswas. I met him in Oxford Mission, and once he came to listen to my concert in Calcutta School of Music.
Wow.
And he also offered me to teach in Matheson School in Behala. I think he will remember me.
How wonderful.
So that's from Jyoti Shankar Roy. Thank you, Anupda. Now, I would really like to speak to Satyajit or Gitanjali.
Yes.
Hello, Gitanjali.
Hello, Chandra Pishi.
Hello, Satyajit. Right, lovely. Thank you for being here. Tell us about yourself. Obviously, you see your father dedicating his whole life for music and for the Matheson School Music Trust. And you obviously grew up with that environment at home. What are your plans for future?
Well, we both grew up having a very large involvement in helping to fundraise for the school. So we'd hope to continue doing that work and obviously being able to perform with the skills that our father helped us practice with. It's been useful. So we hope to carry that on forward and carry on the legacy of being able to help other people with the skills you have. So, I mean, that's what I can say on my part. I won't speak for you. So.
I mean, you pretty much said what needs to be said, so yes.
So you both play cello, and I know, if I remember correctly, Satyajit also plays mridangam.
Yes, I also play the mridangam, yes. Yes.
And which other instrument do you do, and what kind of compositions that you made? Because Anupda just mentioned that you do your own compositions as well. So are we able to listen to any of those today?
Well, I mean, my sister mainly composes herself. I usually mainly compose more like music tech without instruments, but my sister creates original songs that she writes herself whenever she goes to the States. So whether she performs that is also up to her.
Probably another time. I don't have my instruments for that, but definitely.
Don't worry. And you sing as well, right, Gitanjali?
Yes, we both do.
Oh, both of you sing as well?
Yes.
And, oh, lovely. And who do you learn from?
We sort of self-taught. We didn't. My brother's lucky enough to have.
But we had South Indian training at the Pavan Center by Shri Shakti Sivanasan, South Indian singer from the teacher at Pavan. So yes.
Gitanjali, what are you studying at the moment, or are you in college? What are you doing?
We're both. My brother and I are both doing our A levels, our final year at school. So we're both sort of going into the humanities and finance finance sectors. Yeah. So
right. Okay, lovely to have you both here. And I don't know whether you have heard about, you may not have, that we recently started a children's band, East West Band, and we have named it Musical Masks. So it would be good to have you both over there one day to join and perform, because all the other children, they are there between the age of 12 to 16. and they are composing their own music. They recently performed. We had a concert, and through that concert, those children, they were trying to support UNICEF projects to help and support other children. So it'd be good to have you both there. Now, please tell us, what are you going to present now for our viewers? Which composition are you going to present?
Well, next, my father and I are going to play the Brahms scherzo and the trio played in E minor. And we're going to play that together.
And do you do any Indian music at all? Do you sing any Indian composition? Hindustani classical?
We did South Indian classical training when we were younger, and obviously because being Bengali, North Indian, we listened to a lot of North Indian Bengali music and the old Bollywood stuff. But yes,
what about Rabindra Sangeet, Nazrul Giti?
Yes, of course. I mean, I was named after Rabindranath Tagore's biggest book, and I'm very blessed to have learned a lot of his works with my parents and listened to it. So. Yes, we do. We're actually going to perform one of them later on as well. So.
Oh, lovely.
Hopefully.
Okay, lovely. So let us listen to some more music now. How wonderful. Onubda, seeing you with Gitanjali, there is a comment that I wanted to read before, but I think this is the right time to read it. Imtiaz Ahmed is saying, "What a magnificent piece of music. Listening to this beautiful music with my twin daughters, who are also learning Western music. Really such a wonderful music, and Onubda, you are truly inspirational."
Thank you.
You inspire so many people, Anupta. Yes, I know that. Prishni Asthanas has just joined in. Welcome, Prishni. I'm sure you would enjoy the magnificent music that Anupta, Anjali, and Gitanjali and Shatrajit is playing today. And Kamalviji is saying, "Love the sound of the cello." And of course, they are playing so well. Onupji's face is showing strong emotions of the music he's producing. Kamalviji, I think it all comes from the heart, isn't it? And that is why we say music is soul touching, and that is the reason. And whenever we meet Anupda, I see a big smile on his face and an attitude that, yes, I will do it, I can do it. And then that's all the emotion, the love for other people, the care for other people, other children. I think that all comes out through his music. I can't thank you enough for being with us today, Anupda.
Thank you.
এবারে কি শুনবো বলো?
Actually, my son wants to play with me.
Sure.
Normally, he plays the mridangam with this piece because we call it Carnatic Bach, but he wants to play the cello because he thinks his sister is playing too much. So it'll be nice.
Absolutely. We would also like to thank the lady playing the piano, Anupda, because we could hear such great support she's providing to us.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Lovely to have you here. Do you live in London as well? Of course, I'm sure you are.
Yashika is an angel. She's a fabulous teacher and fantastic pianist. I mean, always, brilliant. So this is a piece I have performed in Bayreuth Opera House with a mridangam player called Bach Goes to Bombay. But today we are not going to do that. We're just going to play straight as written by Bach. Bach is a heavenly composer. He composed a lot of music for God. And I'm so lucky that we are as musicians, that we can perform his music. Here it is, a prelude from his G major suite.
you very much, Satyajit. I remember seeing Satyajit for the first time when he was a few months old only, and seeing him today as a grown-up man sitting next to his father accompanying him on the cello is,
Yes, he's getting taller than me. Day by day.
I'm sure, I'm sure. Anup, I have a question that I always wanted to ask you. You know the orphanage that you run in Kolkata.
Yes.
So obviously it comes to my mind, and I'm sure a lot of viewers would agree that obviously you need people, trustworthy people. In your absence, you would be there to look after the children, to to cook for them. So how are you managing all that?
Well, we are very lucky and blessed. And you are absolutely right. We have to trust people to do this job. And I have actually have a wonderful team. And the first batch in 1994, one little boy, he had rickets, and I was given, he came to the Matheson, and because he was so weak, I had to put him on the cello. And you, ladies and gentlemen, it is wonderful. This young man is now the headmaster of the
Wow.
school with the MA degree and all the Western music degrees. He's wonderful. He's the headmaster. And together with him, I have two more musicians who are also, one is violinist, John Ashish Mondol, and Cyril Mullah. These boys came to us from really shanty towns, bastis in Calcutta. You would not believe if you see them, the way they speak English, the way they run the school, how they talk to the politicians, as well as the local parents, any officials. They are wonderful human beings, and I trust them. And I have actually told them, they got to be in the front seat driving. I will go in the back seat, enjoy, see how they fly. And that's the idea. And I'm encouraging all my friends who go to the Matheson, the gap year students, young boys and girls from England and other countries. I tell them that, get involved, and you are the future. The young people are the future, and we just have to guide them, give them some wisdom, and if they go off track, try and put them in track and help them. Which my wife, my sister-in-law, Philomena Mondo, who teaches at a school in Calcutta, St. Thomas School, they are trustees. They help. They give a lot of valuable advice, and physically they come to the school and check how the children are, and that they're fed well, and etc. And they give a lot of valuable help, and I'm very blessed. So I'm trying to get next generation and then following generation to
be
run the
involved
school.
in this.
Yeah, absolutely, indeed.
Yeah, I was actually wondering that, the first batch that you started, it's been quite a while. So they must be within their, 25 years old.
No, they're actually in the 30s now.
They're in the
Because,
30s, yeah.
yes, because some of them actually, I'd like to say this to the audience. From our humble little school, some of these children now are the officers in the Indian Navy. They're playing in the Bollywood film industries. Some are teachers. Some are
Excellent.
chefs. They make good chefs from the Matheson, and great success stories. Some have been to UK to study in wonderful schools here, but that is more expensive. But we've done that at the beginning, but now they are doing it all in India, so that they will be a very good citizens to help themselves and help others as well. So that's the idea.
But all these to help them to study, to go to the Navy, further studies, it all obviously have got a big financial responsibility. So how did you do that? I'm sure the viewers would like to know.
Chandra, my dear, you can appreciate. I mean, if you look at average earning of a musician in the West, it's not bad, but it's not. We are not very wealthy people, so we basically what I do. I pray because it has been last 26 years hand to mouth, like we don't know where the next penny is going to come. And during this year of lockdown, I reckon it's going to be for almost a year. So you can imagine I haven't been able to do any fundraising. In fact, I've lost about nearly 45,000 pounds in the last 3 months for not doing any concerts. And that is really sad. But I feel very embarrassed also to ask people to help when everybody is in financial difficulty. And because I can feel that every household is now strained, with finance. But there are people out there who are able to help. And I hope they will come forward knowing the plight of the musicians. I feel very sad for musicians who can't even earn anything now. As I say, I'm lucky because my wife is a teacher. She's at least one salary is coming in, but I can't raise any money for the school right now. And I just pray to God. He helped us from the beginning when we had nothing. He helped us during the troubled times, and he helped us during, happy times. So I hope after this experience of pandemic, this awful virus, we will pray that it will go away and we can live a better life and with better understanding for the future, for the humanity. And try and help everybody, really. And
the thing is that the word, that was one of the reasons that I thought of organizing today's event. That all viewers, if you could please come and help, because you are not actually helping Anupda directly. You are helping those little children,
indeed.
who are in India and they need our support. So please come forward and help. And I'm sure we can all support each other. Because when I think of those little children, and during this lockdown, they are trying to study, they are learning music. And, I think it's our responsibility to support, as much as possible.
Absolutely. And people have been kind during this time. We had at least 3 or 4 big food rounds, like we went to the villages, to the rural villages for each family, not for the child, for the entire family. We took about 70 to 80 kilos of food, dry food, every month, and distributed them so that they can live. And of course, then we had the AMFAM as well. Wow,
Yes.
People's houses went out of everywhere, and we had damages to the school as well. So, these are troubled times, but also thank you for this awareness. If people can help in any way, that would be great. But main thing is to pray. I think if we all
I'm
pray,
sure you are doing such a great job, Anupda. I'm sure God will help you. I believe in God greatly. I'm a great believer, and I believe in prayers as well. So I'm sure whoever is watching you or whoever will watch this program later, they will all come forward to support you. There is a donation link, as you can see scrolling on the screen, and also we would all pray for the well-being. Now, all these children, do they come from the nearby villages, or do they know about your school, so that's why they are brought up in the school?
Because it's for the very poorest of the poor, it's completely free, and so they get to hear about us. They do come from the furthest we have is from Krishnanagar, and then we had from what do you call Sundarban, and that far we have, and then of course some local from Bastis in Calcutta, and some are sort of about 20-30 miles from the school. They come.
And how many children do you have residing there at the moment?
We have a place for 50 boys and 50 girls at the moment, and then we are planning to have make it into 100 boys and 100 girls for the future, so that they can be looked after and given education and musical education.
So all of them, they learn one instrument, they can sing, and
Oh,
they
yes.
obviously go to school.
Yeah, they all sing, they all learn the tablas, they all learn to dance as well, and of course classical music. We have Western classical music there. Very, very kind people have donated their instruments, and I take them every time I go to India. I go about 4 times a year. I take violins, cellos, violas, flutes, etc., which people donate to the charity. So every child is able to have an instrument or two. And sometimes if they do well, they can take this for their own profession.
Right.
Yeah, we help them with that.
Lovely, Anup. The more we listen to these, the more encouraged I feel, the more blessed I feel that I know you, someone who is doing such a noble job.
Thank you.
Onubda Siddhartha is saying, for those who don't know what a basti is, it's a slum area. And
Yes.
obviously, children come to Onubda school from those areas. Kamalviji is saying musicians are so spiritual that they are serving the community in this time of COVID free of charge. There are hardly any other professionals who will give their service free. Yes, Kamalviji, we are musicians and we want to give our service for free. It's a God gift that we are musicians. So why not do it for other people? Onubda, we are almost near coming to the end of the program. So what are we going to listen from you now, please? What music are we going to listen to?
We would like to play the Hamsadin Jatiswar. Oh, we prepared a couple of pieces, but anyway, never
Please.
mind. We haven't got time.
No, we do have time. Don't worry about it.
Okay,
Everybody is here.
what
Please,
we'll
we
do,
have time.
because so far we played Western classical music, and of course one absolutely fresh music, the first one, my friend Jerry Noble composed. So this is the result of my children going to Vavan. They learned this wonderful Jatiswaram in Raga Hamsadani. And then, of course, I love Rabindranath Tagore, the great poet and composer and polymath. So we would like to conclude, and if you would like to, at that point, if you want to sing along with us, I'll be most grateful. I won't tell you what that song is, but
Yes.
you will know. You will know. So, Hamsadani. So it'll be for cello. My daughter will sing, and Satyajit will be on the mridangam, and Yashika will be on the piano. By the way, Yashika, I sent the music to her last night, and this is very cruel to do this to a musician. And she's absolutely brilliant performing it. So
she is.
So Jatiswaram. Normally I have a huge tampura, but since we have shortage of performers, we have the iPhone which is doing the tampura.
Sare sare ga pa ga re sa ni re ga pa pa ga re sa ni sa sare sare ga pa ga re sa ni re pa pa ga re sa ni sa 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 ni re re sa ga pa ga re ga ni pa ga re sa ni sa ni re re sa ga pa ga re ga pa ni pa ga re sa ni sa ga pa ga re sa ni re ga pa pa ga re sa ni sa sare sare ga pa ga
Wonderful, Anupda. Another beautiful
Now,
piece. Thank you so
I would
much.
like the last piece. I will request the audience to join in, please. Kundi. When the time comes, you will know what to sing, especially the Bengali people. And some American people, I taught this song. In fact, they taught it to many people.
Thank you so much.
I hope everybody joined in.
I'm sure everybody did. I did. Thank you so much, Anupda. Thank you so much, Satyajit. Thank you so much, Gitanjali. Thank you so much.
Yashiko.
Yashiko, hi. Yashiko, hello. Thank you, Yashiko, for your great support. Thank you, Agnes Bodhi, for your constant support. And to the church people to let us use this venue today for this session. Thank you. Thank you so much, Anupda. And to our viewers, please do come forward to support Matheson Music Trust. All those little children, those 100 children who are actually depending on us. They have no one to look after them. So Anupda took the responsibility. And I think it's our responsibility to support Anupda in this journey. Oh, we all of us are with you, Anupda. Thank you so much. I'm sure we'll meet you soon, Bodhi. Bhalo theko. Khub shigiri dekha hobe. To our viewers, we'll see you soon again on the 30th of August in my Guru Shishya Parampara session with Acharya Pandit Jayanta Bose, with his daughter and disciple Dr. Mahiri Bose. And then next month, it will be our turn again to meet with another Godsend. And that time we will meet with OBE Baluji Srivastav, who is a London-based sitar player. So we'll listen to another incredible journey. So till then, stay tuned, stay safe, and be together, love each other, support each other.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.